who lift their Dr. Peppers high and proudly proclaim, "This is our year," even though it probably isn't.
Like maybe it is.
Return to glory this season with Fansville by Dr. Pepper.
The one fans deserve.
Grab some today.
At Don Franklin, we're more than a group of car dealerships. We're hardworking, everyday people of Kentucky. We strive daily to give 110% to our customers, our employees, and our families. We are committed to providing everyone with a safe and reliable vehicle, and we continue our tradition of supporting our local communities. At all 24 dealerships across Kentucky, we will treat you like family. Don Franklin Family of Dealerships, we are Kentucky.
Attention propane customers. Has your existing provider been hard to reach? Have you had questions that haven't been answered or experienced long wait times and been asked to reply and send emails for customer support? Don't waste any more of your time. Southern States Co-op in Bowling Green will take your call. They will even swap out your existing tank with no charge for removing your current tank. Southern States of Bowling Green is ready to serve your propane needs in Bowling Green and surrounding counties because empty is never an option.
It's summer. That means relaxing and sipping a drink next to the pool or barbecuing out with the buds, right? Not if you have a lot of projects to take care of. Get the right equipment for home or commercial projects with United Rentals of Bowling Green Summer Sale. Looking to buy? United Rentals of Bowling Green has over 100,000 new and used pieces of equipment ready to purchase for your home or business. From small hand tools to large dump trucks and excavators. Let United Rentals of Bowling Green help you keep moving on your project, big or small. If United Rentals doesn't have what you are looking for, they will find it for you. United Rentals of Bowling Green has a big inventory of equipment in stock and ready to buy or rent. United Rentals of Bowling Green at 203 Scotty's Way, across from Warren East High School. Contact United Rentals of Bowling Green at 270-796-3737. That's 270-796-3737. Back to the South Lawn and Topper Tailgate on ESPN 102.7.
Back with you here on a Dr. Pepper game day on the campus of WKU. South Lawn continuing to fill up here at homecoming for the Hilltoppers. WKU welcoming Charlotte here today for a Conference USA matchup. Kickoff at 3 o'clock. Broadcast will start at 2 o'clock.
Yes.
Lexi, you're excited to be on it, and we're joined by someone that I know is excited to be on there as well. Jared Holland joining us now. Jared, how you doing today, man?
It's good. Hey, first I want to just tell you, Tyler, I apologize for those Tootsie Rolls. I'm pretty sure that was my son throwing them at you. You know,
he's got a good arm.
He's got a good arm. He's not very accurate. I noticed it went like by your head. So
I honestly would have wished it maybe like hit you not like actually hurt you, but it would have made, like you said earlier, great television.
Great television, exactly.
Well, that's the segment, guys.
Football player.
Really enjoyed having Jared Holland on. I'm just
kidding.
And
at the first and last time. Right?
Yeah.
That's right.
But no, in all seriousness, Jared, I know for you, homecoming always an exciting time, being a former Hilltopper player and seeing every year just this progress to new levels that we continue to see. And your wife also very involved in making this happen. She was helping us out with the parade broadcast that we got to do yesterday. So what has this homecoming week been like, not just for you, but you all as a tandem getting ready for this thing?
Very, very busy. We've got some friends taking care of our kids, fortunately. But for us, it really is a busy week of activities. We had the chili cheese luncheon on Thursday and then the parade yesterday, so a lot of fun stuff. This morning we inducted 5 new Hall of Fame members into the WKU the W Club Hall of Fame, so that's a really good morning. 2 of which are football players.
Yep.
Sherrod Coates from the 2002 National Championship team and Jay Davis from that 71 team. So it's been a fun morning. It's great to see everybody out here. I know the weather's not the best, but we're getting a pretty decent crowd, getting to see some friends. So really looking forward to seeing the game as well.
That's so exciting. And you're going to be involved in the game, too. You're not partying it up right after this. You're going to be with us throughout the whole game.
That's right. It's a little bit different experience. It's not really the tailgating experience that many get to enjoy, but it's a lot of fun. And at the end of the day, as long as we get the win, that's what matters, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And hopefully the rain stops too. I'm praying for that too.
True.
Yeah, I'm glad that you say it has to stop, because our buddy Brett Williams up in the press box, I assume at the current moment, texted us
Brett,
10, 15 minutes ago. He said, "Hey, good news, guys. It stopped raining."
Well, yeah, it doesn't rain in the press box. He's covered.
No, it's not raining for him.
He also texted that right as it started raining again.
But
the worst
if you're
timing
listening
ever.
or watching from home, it's not a hard rain. It's just a light sprinkle. Power it out. Come watch the Tops. Speaking of power, I think we're going to see a lot of offensive firepower in this game, Jared Holland, as we start to dive in a little bit. I say that, at least from one side, we're expecting a lot of offensive firepower.
Yeah, expecting. When you look at Charlotte, they're a 4-3 team. Strength of schedule-wise, though, they're 119 out of 130 in all of NCAA, so they haven't played the strongest
And that's
schedule.
with 2 Power 5 teams on the schedule.
Right. And actually, speaking of that, their first win against a Power 5 team ever was this year against Duke, a game that they won by 3 points. And so, they have had some success this year. A lot more success they had last year, where they only had 2 wins.
They only got to play. They just couldn't get on the field.
That's exactly right. But Will Healy's done a great job. He's a former college football player from Richmond, was part of that 2008 national championship team that they had.
Yep.
Real young guy, got a lot of energy. And so he's got this team headed in the right direction. Certainly they're improving every week, and they're a much better team than they were a couple years ago. But at the end of the day, when you look at on paper, this is a game that Western Kentucky should win just from the talent level and what we've been able to see so far.
And also looking at Charlotte, it's only their 9th season for them and the 7th in the FBS. Do you think that's kind of a disadvantage for them that they're such a newer team compared to WKU?
Well, yeah, certainly. They don't have the level of recruiting, or that history rather. That's something that is challenging is when you're a new program and trying to get your name out there, and as a student athlete or potential student athlete, you're looking at a program and they're brand new. It's a risk in some ways. So that's something that they're having to overcome. Now, again, Will Healy's done a good job. He's really brought this program along. This is not a team that Western can sleep on. It's a winning record team, 4-3. But at the end of the day, as I look at how well Western's been playing over the last few weeks, I really think that this is a game that we match up very well against UNCC.
Yeah, and you brought up.
Go ahead, Lexi.
Sorry, I'm talking
She's
over you.
rolling through. They're practicing for the broadcast. I'll just sit back and listen like I will tonight.
You mentioned Will Healy. It's his 3rd season as the head coach, and also he comes from a football family. His dad, his granddad, and his uncle all played for Georgia Tech. Then you look at Tyson Helton and his dad and all the history there. It's just crazy. It's so interesting that both team's head coach come from this lineage of football families. Yeah,
there's a lot of legacy, and growing up around that, obviously, he's been around football his entire life. Played at Boyd Buchanan in Chattanooga, was an all-time. I can't remember what records he has, but he's got a bunch of records in the state of Tennessee in high school, and then obviously went on to Richmond, where he had a very successful career, and has taken that to the coaching level and done a good job. Every program he's had, he's turned around. So we're seeing the product of that with Charlotte. I just don't feel like they're quite there on the cusp from everything I've seen. Now, at the end of the day, it's a rainy day. Any team can be any team on any given Saturday. So Western has to go into this game knowing that this is a fairly talented team.
Pressure's on now for us. President Caboni has just rolled up. He's getting set to join us in the
I
next
see that
segment.
bow tie.
I can already say I love the bow tie selection. We get an up-close view.
The
suit
inside
jacket.
of the
When we have
jacket.
you up here, we're going to show everybody on Facebook Live what's going on with the suit jacket there. See, Jared? He's already up the game.
I'm impressed. I'm just wearing the hat and the rain jacket and all this stuff. I'm just trying to stay dry out here. I can't look that snazzy. That's impressive.
I do want to ask you something in particular about what we saw from Charlotte in an opportunity to prove themselves against Florida Atlantic. The winner of that game, really being Florida Atlantic, didn't show us too much because at that point it's just, now we've got 4 teams sitting at 2-1 in the Conference USA East Division. But if Charlotte could have won that game, now granted they were steamrolled, if they could have won that game, all of a sudden they're the top team in the East Division. Now we've got this situation where we don't know what Charlotte is, because that was their chance to prove themselves against a team that we know how good they are in Florida Atlantic. Charlotte had 9 minutes more of time of possession in that game, which on the surface would make you think they won the game by 3 touchdowns. They lose it by 29. What do you make of that, especially from WKU? We've seen them struggle mightily with time of possession and losses, but it really doesn't seem to be an advantage for Charlotte.
To your point, football is a game of momentum, and so Charlotte was actually winning that game at halftime.
Yeah.
And then FAU was able to score 31 unanswered points. But that was spurred on by 2 back-to-back interceptions that Charlotte threw that FAU was able to capitalize on. And so once they were able to do that, they really gained the momentum and never looked back. And so it really was a game of 2 halves in the sense that Charlotte was playing a great game in the first half, winning going into halftime, and then just imploded going into the second half. And so that's kind of surprising given the level of senior leadership they have on that team. But I would be very shocked if they allow that to happen twice.
Yeah, that's crazy. Up at half, you said, and then get steamrolled, like you said.
That's a kind way to put it.
What do you think Charlotte's strengths are going into this game? What is WKU going to have to look out for?
Yeah, first and foremost, their quarterback. When you look at redshirt senior quarterback Chris Reynolds, he is their all-time leading pass leader. Came in as a walk-on, actually, and has taken over that team and really done a great job. He's a mobile quarterback. He can beat you on the ground and in the air. And he's got some pretty good wide receivers that he can throw to. So, from an offensive standpoint, that's probably their biggest strength. Now, their offensive line's a little undersized. I think from when you look at the way that we match up against them, our defensive line has some advantages there, and we've got to take advantage of that. Western's got to take advantage of that if they want to win. But at the end of the day, their offense is going to be the strength. From a defensive standpoint, Charlotte gives up quite a bit of yards, over 400 yards a game that they're giving up, and they're giving up quite a few points as well. And so, teams have been able to score against them on both the run and the pass, pretty evenly split from that standpoint. And so, you look at strengths, it really is going to be their offense.
Yeah, well, hopefully Zappy and Stearns will be all over their defense. And, at FIU, our defense finally started to click. So,
yeah, to your point, our defense the last few games has really come a long way, and we're playing as a team much, much better. And so if we can continue that momentum, and own the line of scrimmage, I think there's a good chance that we come away with a win here.
Well, Jared, it's time for your two favorite scenarios.
Yes.
Who wins and if. So we'll start with the road team. Charlotte having to come here, play on homecoming. It's familiar for them. These two teams over the last few years just love scheduling each other, whether it's here or at Charlotte, for their homecomings. Charlotte wins this game if and why?
If they can control the time of possession and slow the game down. We've talked about that time of possession really being a key for them. They actually had 9 more minutes possession against FAU and still lost that game. But what I'll tell you is when they allow a team to score against them quickly, they've really struggled. So they're going to want to slow the game down, control the clock, and go at their own speed. And then they're also going to want to score a lot of points. This is kind of like Western in the first part of the season. They're going to want to score a lot of points, get up early, and give themselves a chance. So that's where Charlotte's going to have a chance to win, is if they can control the clock and if they can score a lot of points quickly.
Yeah, and that's something WKU has struggled with, is team scoring first and then having to come back from that. So hopefully WKU can get that together this game.
Well, you know what, Lexi, that kind of brings up my second scenario for when Western Kentucky wins.
He's let himself into it.
Yeah,
well
let's go.
done. You need to become an analyst.
I'm just going to fade into
I think I should
obscurity.
be a journalist, maybe. Oh, wait.
That's exactly. So, if Western, in order to win, first and foremost, they've got to come out and score pretty quickly. They've got to get control of the game and get that momentum and keep that momentum. I think that's key. And then, secondly, is really the line of scrimmage. As I mentioned, UNCC has an undersized line on both the offense and defense. If WKU can control the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, I think they come away with a win.
Brett Williams has just arrived. I just want to let him know it didn't stop raining. And we're still
Brett,
rocking on.
we're
but
upset.
Just
He's
a little bit
nice
of a
and covered,
sprinkle.
too.
He came out of his press box. He's experienced it now. And we want to invite everybody to come out and
Welcome to the
experience
outside,
this.
Brett. Thank you for
Homecoming
dropping off
on
my
the
stuff.
hill. Brett has dropped off the sideline kit for Lexi. She'll
Yeah.
be down there for the broadcast. Jared will be up in the booth.
Yeah, he'll
Jared,
be nice and dry.
different experience for you on this homecoming, but enjoy it and have a good call tonight.
It'll be a fun game, and looking forward to seeing all the crowd at homecoming, everyone coming off of the South Lawn and into the stadium. So go Tops.
There's our breakdown for tonight.
Thank you so much.
Up next, we take a peek across all of WKU athletics, everything going on campus. President Tim Caboni joins us right after this. Again, Jared, thanks for coming on. It's time to break things down with the Prez. You got anything to notice? You like the bow tie? You mentioned the suit jacket before I let you wrap. I'll let you compliment President Caboni.
Well, he's so impressive. I mean, he always is dressed to impress, and I've never seen him where he's not dressed to a T. He's just very, very good at that. So, I wish I had that skill. I don't, but
We're hyping him up right now.
that's right.
Yeah, we'll get him all excited before I ask him about his LSU Tigers right after this. You're listening to Topper Tailgate and watching it as well on Facebook Live on ESPN Radio 102.7 and on the ESPN 102.7 app.
And we're back with breaking news. The new Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. With an improved taste and 0 calories, make sure... Jim.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me.
We're on the air.
I need to try it first.
With zero sugar and now even more delicious, is the new Coca-Cola Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself.
Having problems keeping your equipment up and running? Downtime definitely hurts your bottom line and your time frame on getting the job done. United Rentals and Bowling Green can help with rentals now and on-site regular maintenance and repair service. With a field service repair tech on hand, you'll be back on the job sooner. Broken down equipment means losing time and money. United Rentals Repair Service can come to you, or you can drop it by 203 Scotty's Way. Looking to buy? United Rentals and Bowling Green has over 100,000 new and used pieces of equipment ready to purchase for your business. From small hand tools to large dump trucks and excavators. Let United Rentals of Bowling Green help you keep moving on your project, big or small. United Rentals of Bowling Green at 203 Scotty's Way in Bowling Green across from Warren East High School. Contact United Rentals of Bowling Green at 270-796-3737. That's 270-796-3737.
At Don Franklin, we're more than a group of car dealerships. We're hardworking, everyday people of Kentucky. We strive daily to give 110% to our customers, our employees, and our families. We are committed to providing everyone with a safe and reliable vehicle, and we continue our tradition of supporting our local communities. At all 24 dealerships across Kentucky, we will treat you like family. Don Franklin Family of Dealerships, we are Kentucky.
Are you looking for a career or maybe a new direction in your life? Talk to your local U.S. Army recruiter. He or she can introduce you to a whole new world of opportunities, money for your education, travel, and much more. Stop by the Bowling Green U.S. Army Recruiting Station at 1600 Campbell Lane or call us at 270-782-2769. You can also check us out online at goarmy.com. We're looking for you to join us. Attention propane customers, has your existing provider been hard to reach? Have you had questions that haven't been answered or experienced long wait times and been asked to reply and send emails for customer support? Don't waste any more of your time. Southern States Co-op in Bowling Green will take your call. They will even swap out your existing tank with no charge for removing your current tank. Southern States of Bowling Green is ready to serve your propane needs in Bowling Green and surrounding counties because empty is never an option.
Back to the South Lawn and Topper Tailgate on ESPN 102.7.
Back with you here on Topper Tailgate on ESPN Radio 102.7, the ESPN 102.7 app. You can also watch us on Facebook Live, the ESPN Radio 102.7 page. If you're watching us there, Lexi so kindly is holding our umbrella.
We're going
to swap shifts back and forth. We're going to rotate this. And then over to our right. This is quite the scene. I don't know if it shows the pecking order on this show. It certainly doesn't show it for the university. We've got an umbrella. And then to our right, President Timothy Caboni has no umbrella.
I'm from South Louisiana. I'm not scared of a little rain.
Well, first of all, show off your outfit.
Yes, okay, we plugged this earlier. Our radio listeners aren't going to get quite the blessing as the Facebook viewers.
We can describe
But go ahead and show off the suit jacket. It's so good.
This is my my homecoming jacket.
Oh, my goodness.
Matches our uniforms. Got the red towel inside for the lining. Way to show spirit, but also be dressed up and look halfway presidential.
Love it. And why did you choose that bow tie today?
Because it offset the red. So.
had to match everything. Oh, now President is also getting an umbrella.
We're taking care of him.
Oh, no, he's not. He said he's good.
He shakes off the umbrella.
He's tougher
He
than
walked
us.
in the homecoming parade, and when I say walked, I mean walked yesterday. He doesn't need the umbrella.
Up College Street to Cherry Hall. It's about a half mile straight up. So we did that in the rain last night, and my cardio is still there. Not like it was when I was a graduate student, but it's still there, and had a good time, but was soaked to my bones last night. So a little rain doesn't scare me.
I have to say, one of my favorite parts when Tyler and I were commentating on the parade was President Caboni in Big Red coming up behind us. We were screaming
We
into
got
our
mauled
mics.
by Big Red and Caboni at the same time. That's
It's
a
like
bucket
double
list item.
whammy. Yeah.
There's some folks who suggest we might have another mascot, Big Red and me.
Oh, I would love that.
No.
Is it just you in a giant bow tie, like an inflatable bow tie? I would be for that. Either that or you running around in a white squirrel costume.
We should probably start talking about sports now, right?
He's like, I'm done with the bow tie jokes.
So you're telling me you're not going to be running out on the field today with the team?
I will not. I'll be cheering from the sidelines in the stands.
Well, it should be a good game to do it, and this is such a great season, not just for football, but as we look around everything happening within this fall athletic season, another conference title for WKU volleyball. WKU continues to lead the way in Conference USA in titles across the board since joining the conference in 2014. What has it been like for you watching all these athletics programs? Still, we're not totally back to normal, but getting there, crowds back inside, supporting these teams, and having so much success across the board in doing so.
Well, one of the important things for our university is create opportunities for us to come together as a family. And I really think that athletics gets everyone involved. I said earlier, I wish 20,000 students and fans would come to our theater performances, but that's not the world we live in. So 20,000 people coming to the stadium cheering us on is important for the whole community, and especially after the past 18 months.
Yeah.
Our first-year students had a high school experience that was unimaginable. They missed out on once-in-a-lifetime things like prom and the first or the last whatever they experienced in their senior year. And so us getting back to some kind of normal is really important for the collegiate experience. It's important for our teams to have fans in the stands again, and it's important for our students to have a way to come together as a community. And so I think it's been really important to do that this year, and thankful for it.
And speaking of that, last year homecoming was mainly virtual. People couldn't really get that experience. How has the energy been on campus just this past week with finally all those in-person events?
Last night at the Big Red Roar, which is a great pep rally, some team members coaches show up. I'm there waving my hands around. The band, the cheerleaders. The energy was just amazing. Better than it was 2-3 years ago even. I think young people wanted the opportunity to come out, to show their spirit, to be together. I'm not sure they wanted to pump all night, every night for a week, but they created those floats. And it was just a great celebration of that spirit that makes WKU so special.
Well, the hot topic right now at WKU and the community across really all of college athletics is all this realignment we're seeing with conferences. And right now, obviously, WKU still in Conference USA. We're seeing shuffling across the board, the Sun Belt, the American. The MAC has been thrown on all this conversation. But as it stands, WKU still in Conference USA. And my stance when people have asked me, and I'm sure it's the same for you, President Caboni, the success that WKU has had speaks for itself. And whenever those discussions do occur, it's going to continue to speak for itself.
Yeah, this has been an interesting time for college sports. A lot of this driven, obviously, by college football. I can make some news. WKU is not going to the SEC.
Oh, I was really banking on that. I had bet my entire life savings at the top of the SEC.
No, and look, I've said this over and over again, that negotiating or having conversations in the media is really not productive.
Yeah.
What's important for us and for our young people is having a conversation around what's in the best interest of our student athletes.
Yep.
And we have positioned ourselves as a university, as an athletic program, to be competitive and at the top of Conference USA. We're an attractive member of Conference USA, and obviously for other places as well. And so we're going to continue to work hard as a university to put ourselves in the best position to compete and win championships. And today that's Conference USA. And as things develop, we'll talk about that in the future.
I love that. Well, staying on the topic of football, who do you think will win today? What is the game going to look like? Give us your predictions.
So I've never played football, obviously, other than Tecmo Bowl, if you remember the
I don't know what that is.
Oh, I'm a big fan. I like that answer.
But our offense is a lot like Tecmo Bowl. And so I like to watch Mr. Zappi throw that ball around the field.
Oh, yeah.
It's been so fun to watch. I think we beat the over.
Oh, yeah.
I think we 72-plus points, and I think we beat the spread, which is 17.5, I think. So my prediction is 48-30.
I like that.
WKU.
Of course. We don't have to question that part. And, we've had you on here before, at least I have, before Lexi joined us on the show, and you're a big college football fan.
I am.
You mentioned you're Louisiana. You're a big SEC guy. You keep up with that stuff. LSU guy. That's such a weird situation going on down there. They beat Florida, then it's like, well, Coach O's gone at the end of the season. Right after that, I mean, what's going on with your Tigers down on the Bayou?
So I have no inside information. I'm just a fan. I was a fan of Coach O, a good Louisiana product that got to have his dream job.
Yep.
And I think it's always unfortunate when a coach loses his job. LSU has just incredibly high expectations for performance on the field, but there are lots of off-the-field issues that I think also have become a distraction for the program, and so I think that's part of what this is. They have a new president at the university who also wants to put his stamp on it, and a relatively new athletic director. I will miss that voice, though.
Coach O.
I was about to say, give us your best Coach O.
Yeah, can we get a Go
impression.
Tigers?
Go Tigers.
I love it.
It's not bad.
Sound just like him.
That's the highlight of the show for the season, is getting President Caboni to give us a Coach O Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
I'm complete.
All I need now is a bowl of jambalaya with this weather. It's
Yeah,
pretty
you could
good.
use one today. And speaking of coaching jobs, obviously Tyson Helton coming into this year with this team, so many new pieces, high expectations. We knew we were going to get back to that offensive old, challenging schedule. This team has been competitive with 3 of the 4 non-conference opponents, has been in the top 25 at some point of the season. What do you make of what we're seeing here in another year under Coach Helton?
You know, and Coach Helton says this, that it was a tough schedule. I can guarantee you he didn't assemble it himself.
Yeah.
Right? And so we got to play some really outstanding teams, test ourselves, and competed in every one of those games. The interception at the end of the UTSA game was just heart-wrenching for fans, obviously, and for the team. But I think that what you see now, a 2-game win streak, getting ready to go in and be competitive and hopefully leave today with a victory, we're on a path where we may get to avenge that win. You don't want to predict anything, don't want to go too far out on a limb, but I look forward to have some tickets to San Antonio maybe at the end of the season.
Ooh, I'm liking that. Do you think, you said we're on a 2-game winning streak. Do you think that kind of gives the team some momentum and confidence?
I do. I think it does. And they knew they could win early in the season.
Yes.
I think they were on the path to do that with UTSA. I think that you're going to have some close games, some tough competition for the rest of the season, but they're well positioned if they do what they need to do to be able to play one extra game at the end.
Now, I'd be remiss when we have Timothy Caboni on the show to talk only about WKU athletics, as we've got some kind of explosion has just gone up. Somebody got way too excited that we had Caboni on the show. I don't know what's happening back there. It's homecoming. Things just happen.
I was looking for the man on the grassy knoll. I was just afraid something was going on.
Well, it's the wild, wild west, so who knows what's going on. I know they've got the car over there that people can pay to beat up on, so something might have popped there. But I got to ask you, President Caboni, before we wrap things up, you not only love all the athletics here at WKU, but you love this school. You love the students. You love all the programs going on, both athletically and academically. So we talked about athletics and having things closer to back to normal, but I know it's had to have been very special for you to, again, while with academics and everything else going on at school, still not fully back there yet, but getting closer, and like you referenced it, and I'm really glad you brought up the point, just giving the students experiences that over these last year and a half, however many months, they just missed out on because of the pandemic.
Yeah, it's good to be back in person. And the amazing thing is even folks who graduated just 2-3 years ago, they're coming back to campus and saying, wow, it's been transformed. If you think about the first-year village, the Commons, the Garrett Conference Center is down, all the work we've done around landscaping, Tate Page Hall is down. We've taken down 7 buildings on campus in the past year. So.
Boy, that freshman village is beautiful.
Oh, my gosh.
I wish I would have waited about 5 years to start my run here at WKU just to stay there.
And, it's really not about the building. It's about the pods that young people are going to be living with 23 other folks with a shared academic interest. They're going to have their classes block scheduled. They get to work together outside the classroom when they leave class. They have a faculty member assigned to them who teaches that class in their residence hall sometimes.
That's
it's
awesome.
Just really outstanding at creating 150 hours of an academic experience that's not in the classroom.
Yeah, that's incredible. Such a community.
Did you have that level of stuff at Wisconsin?
Sadly, no. I had a growth storm, but that's okay.
Wow. You hear that, Caboni? I mean, us versus Wisconsin.
We have some work to do in some of our facilities, and I will tell you this, too. There is something about having shared facilities that makes people bond. And so we're working really hard to upgrade, but not completely eliminate that bonding experience that happens in a residence hall. And so we think that what we're going to do is going to really elevate retention and graduation rates, too. So that's at the end of the day, that's what we're here, to transform young people's lives, to help them get a great education, a great degree, and go on to have amazing careers.
I love that.
Well, with that being said, President Caboni, the rain seems to be coming down a little bit harder. It's certainly more windy, so I'll let you go. I don't know if you can track down that bowl of jambalaya that you were looking for, but we'll let you get somewhere drier and warmer and enjoy this one.
Appreciate y'all. Go Tops.
Go Tops.
We'll take our last break. When we come back, G Money Brown joined us. We wrap this thing up with our picks here on Topper Tailgate on ESPN Radio 102.7 and on the ESPN 102.7 app.
Hello, everybody.
We gotta take a
welcome
selfie
back
quick.
to Fansville, a college football utopia. Fansville. Where the lakes are stocked with ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Where the night sky is tinted with the amber glow of burning couches. Majestic. Where rivalries run deep and bandwagoning is a third-degree felony. It's a land flowing with nacho cheese and spicy mustard, where every dispute is settled by coin toss. Tails never fails. Every backside is calloused from years of bleacher sitting. Buns of steel. And every fan, regardless of race, creed, or alma mater, deserves the rich flavor of Dr. Pepper. Delicious. These are loyal folk who stay true to their coach through thick and thin. Mostly thick. Who lift their Dr. Peppers high and proudly proclaim, this is our year, even though it probably isn't. But maybe it is. Return to glory this season with Fansville by Dr. Pepper. The one fans deserve. Grab some today.
Don Franklin, we're more than a group of car dealerships. We're hardworking, everyday people of Kentucky. We strive daily to give 110% to our customers, our employees, and our families. We are committed to providing everyone with a safe and reliable vehicle, and we continue our tradition of supporting our local communities. At all 24 dealerships across Kentucky, we will treat you like family. Don Franklin Family of Dealerships, we are Kentucky.
Are you looking for a career or maybe a new direction in your life? Talk to your local U.S. Army recruiter. He or she can introduce you to a whole new world of opportunities, money for your education, travel, and much more. Stop by the Bowling Green U.S. Army Recruiting Station at 1600 Campbell Lane or call us at 270-782-2769. You can also check us out online at goarmy.com. We're looking for you to join us.
It's summer. That means relaxing and sipping a drink next to the pool or barbecuing out with the buds, right? Not if you have a lot of projects to take care of. Get the right equipment for home or commercial projects with United Rentals of Bowling Green Summer Sale. Looking to buy? United Rentals of Bowling Green has over 100,000 new and used pieces of equipment ready to purchase for your home or business. From small hand tools to large dump trucks and excavators. Let United Rentals of Bowling Green help you keep moving on your project, big or small. If United Rentals doesn't have what you are looking for, they will find it for you. United Rentals of Bowling Green has a big inventory of equipment in stock and ready to buy or rent. United Rentals of Bowling Green at 203 Scotty's Way, across from Warren East High School. Contact United Rentals of Bowling Green at 270-796-3737. That's 270-796-3737. Back to the South Lawn and Topper Tailgate on ESPN 102.7.
It's our final segment here on Topper Tailgate on ESPN Radio 102.7, the ESPN 102.7 app. You can also watch us live on Facebook, ESPN Radio 102.7. Had some great guests so far. Jared Holland, as always. We had President Timothy Caboni, and now it's time for our special guest picker who I can only introduce with the championship ring. If you're watching on Facebook, G-Money Brown, former big lineman for the Hilltoppers, came in, just burst onto the scene for WKU after a couple of years at the JUCO level, comes in, wins a conference championship. And G-Money, for those watching on Facebook, can you show off quickly that championship ring?
Woo!
We got to hold it.
That is a pretty
You could work
one.
out with that championship ring.
We both held it, and we're like, oh my gosh, that one finger is probably so much stronger than the rest of his fingers.
G-Money, how you doing today, man? Obviously not the best weather, but homecoming always an exciting day and a pseudo-anniversary of sorts for you, huh?
It's great. You know, the best thing about homecoming is all your, old college friends, roommates, whoever. My roommate's actually in town today, wonderful Terry. Mm-hmm. And so it's great. I love homecoming. Everybody comes back for the most part.
Yeah, and you proposed to your now wife on homecoming. Does this bring back memories? Tell me all about that.
Well, so not only was it homecoming, it was also her birthday.
Oh, my. See, they don't include that minor detail.
Wow.
So that was her birthday gift as well.
Oh,
but no, it's
gosh.
great, though. So every homecoming, she always reminds me, are you going to propose this time?
Yeah, some anniversary
No, not this time.
thing.
Oh, well, I've got to ask you, too, because not only do you have that memory from homecoming, but I'm sure on the football field you've got some good memories playing here at WKU on homecoming. Is there anything in particular that stands out to you?
My best memory was, I tell people, we had the best two bowl experiences going to the Bahamas and Miami. That was absolutely amazing.
You can't ask for much better than that.
No, you can't.
To be a college student, get a chance to experience Nassau, get a chance to experience Miami, that was amazing.
I actually was just in Miami for the FIU game, and I was like, this is nice.
Yeah.
I said earlier, I bet you were missing Miami. Well,
right
I
now,
spoke a
I'm
little too
missing
soon,
Miami
didn't I?
A lot, yeah.
Well, G-Money, you ready to pick some football games?
Let's go for it.
All right. Up first, we'll keep it in conference, and then we'll get to the top 25 because I know our last show we had a little bit of debate over how many conference games we should pick. Tim Ford was not happy that we were picking conference games. He just wanted the top 25 games.
Yep.
We'll start in conference, though. G-Money will let you go first. UTEP at Florida Atlantic. FAU favored by 11. Who you got?
Let's go UTEP.
UTEP.
Let's go UTEP.
All right, Lexi, what do you think?
FAU. I think it'll be a close game, but FAU, yeah.
I like the quick picks. I like the quickness. And I agree. FAU, 34-27.
All right.
We're all
Giving
quick
us a
on this
score,
one.
too.
I did, okay? Now, why don't
We
you
gotta
go?
step it up,
I want you to
G-Money.
do this game, Lexi.
Okay, now we have number
Go ahead.
1, Georgia. They're 7-0 undefeated versus Florida. They're 4-3. UGA 14 playing in Jacksonville. You know, I recently became a Georgia fan. So I'm sticking with Georgia for this game, and I think it'll be they're going to dominate. But it'll be a high-scoring game.
Yeah, to clarify, she was a Wisconsin fan. Now she's a Georgia fan.
Because they're really good.
It's a long ways apart.
What do you think, G-Money? The top-ranked Bulldogs, Florida, it's always a good game, those two meeting in Jacksonville. Does Georgia stay undefeated today?
I believe they do. Their defense is
Yeah, you know a good defense.
Best in the country.
Yeah.
They're giving up less than a touchdown a game, around 200 yards a game. I don't know how you score on them. I like Georgia, too. I like them big. Give me the Dogs by about 3 touchdowns. Lexi, is that satisfactory for you over there?
I like the sounds of that.
We'll keep it in the SEC. A lot of big games there today. Number 10, Ole Miss. They're 6-1 on the year at number 18, Auburn. Auburn favored in that game by 3. I was a little surprised by that. G-Money, you think they win at home, or do the road Dogs? It's weird to say Ole Miss is not favored in that ball game. What do you think? You like Vegas's call there?
You know, I'm from Mississippi, so I got to go with Ole Miss for this one.
All right, Lexi. He's got some personal ties. Are you going to break it down a little more?
I'm sorry. I'm going to go with Auburn. They've been playing some good ball this year, and I think it'll be a huge game. Do you know if it's at home? Yeah, it's at Auburn.
It's at Auburn.
I think the crowd will help them out a bit
The
with
Georgia
that too.
fan picking Auburn. You're just all over the place.
I'm all
with this
over.
stuff.
I'm sorry.
Auburn's coming off a bye. They've won 5 straight in that series. Ole Miss has maybe the Heisman Trophy winner this year, Matt Corral. He's been special. Not Bailey Zappi special, but he's been special.
Can't top Zappy.
I
Not
trust
as good
Matt
as
Corral.
Zappy, but
No.
he's doing well.
Yeah.
I'm going to put a pause on this real quick because this is an important question halfway through it. I don't know how we didn't ask it first. We mentioned Zappy. Bailey Zappi versus Brandon Dowdy. Give us the comparison of their game. You don't have to tell us who's better. I'm not going to put you on the spot for that. Don't worry. I'm not going to get you some hate messages from one side or the other. Just compare their games for us.
You know, Zappy's special, man. He can make the throws. He's poised. The thing I would say about Dowdy, and this isn't a knock to him because I will go the route and say that I think Dowdy's better because he's my quarterback.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
can't
you
say
played
he's not.
with him. Yeah, you have that personal
Yeah, I
connection.
got to go Dowdy, but Dowdy has some amazing weapons on offense, including his offensive line all the way through. But I think the biggest difference, though, I would say, and we haven't had a chance to see Zappy do this yet, Dowdy can deliver in crunch time. Not that Zappy can't.
We just haven't seen him with those opportunities.
Exactly.
Brandon was a lot like Aaron Rodgers in terms of if you gave him the ball with a minute left, you're losing that game.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Dowdy's
If
the
you're
man.
the opposing team, you're up by a field goal, you give it to Dowdy, you might as well just go and right down the L. You're
Yes.
not stopping him in
No.
those late game situations.
Not at all.
Hopefully tonight we don't have to find out if that's the case for Bailey Zappi. We'll talk about it in a moment. We're going to go to the Big Ten quickly. Your conference, I suppose, Lexi. I don't, you're Georgia, I don't know.
Wisconsin.
Number
All
20,
over.
Penn State. At number 5, Ohio State. The Buckeyes have been rolling since that loss to Oregon. They're favored huge in this game. I was a little surprised. 19.5 against a top 20 Penn State team. G-Money, what do you think of that?
Ohio State looks really good right now.
They do. They might be the second best team in the country.
I'm going to have to go Ohio State.
Lexi?
I am too, and I think it'll be a big win. I'll say 2 touchdowns.
If I asked both of you guys, because I know G-Money, you keep up with the general landscape of college football, who leads the country in total QBR this year, you might think it's Bailey Zappi. We mentioned Matt Corral from Ole Miss. Maybe Bryce Young from Alabama. It's C.J. Stroud from Ohio State.
Really?
He has torn it up this month, 14 touchdowns, no interceptions, completing almost 75% of his passes. Those are some quarterback numbers I like.
That's a stat I did not know. That's impressive.
I don't think anybody would expect that because they got off to that slow start with the loss to Oregon. At that point, I was almost ready to write them off from the college football playoff. At this day and age, if you're not from the SEC and you lose a game, you can call it.
It's done.
But Ohio State has rallied. I like them big today as well. I got them 42-24 in this one. One more game from the SEC. I know G-Money's gonna like to pick this one. Home state team in Mississippi State at home, welcoming number 12 Kentucky, coming off the loss to Georgia. Lexi, we mentioned this earlier. I'm a bit surprised by this. Mississippi State, just 4-3 on the year, favored to win that game at home over Kentucky in Stark Vegas. Dogs 1.5 favorites. Are you picking the home team, or are you picking the not-so-home team in Kentucky?
The state you live in.
The only school in Kentucky I support is Western Kentucky University.
We love that answer.
So I am going to Mississippi State.
Lexi?
By 12.
Oh, we like some big.
By 12.
I'm going to go with Kentucky. I'm sorry, but they've just been playing so good this year, and I think they all really surprised us. And I think it will be a close game, though. I think it'll be 27-24, Kentucky.
I'd like you to go ahead and look quickly at my score for a moment, Lexi, before I reveal it.
Great minds think alike.
Lexi loves
telepathic.
trends. She loves looking at the past history between teams. And to go in your favor, the last 6 matchups between these two teams have been won by the home team. Mississippi State at home today. But at some point, trends have to come to a stop.
They do.
Kentucky, they're off the bye week. I don't. If they didn't have a bye after the Georgia loss, I'm with you all the way. Give me Mississippi State, and probably by a decent margin. They've got the bye week to prepare for this one. I like the Cats, and I literally have it in my notes. As Lexi said it, 27-24.
Oh. I just knew
Kentucky over Mississippi State.
I'm sorry.
Well,
I took your score.
Don't steal. I'm going to cover mine for this one.
Actually, we have like a doc prepping for the game.
Yeah, we have a shared doc.
He stopped writing his scores on it so I wouldn't steal his score. So there was no way I even knew.
I don't know how you pulled it off. But this game, all of our picks are going to be the same. I can guarantee it. But I'm interested to hear a score from you, G-Money. WKU at home, favored by 17.5. It's homecoming against Charlotte. Both teams 2-1 in Conference USA. I don't need to know your pick. I already know it.
Yeah.
How do you think this one unfolds?
If the rain holds up for us, I see us winning 48-21.
But what if it doesn't?
If the rain doesn't hold up, let's go 27-13.
So you think the rain, and I mean, you know high-powered offenses. You played alongside a high-powered offense. Does it play that much of a role in such a pass-first offense?
Most definitely. Most definitely.
Does it get a bit sloppy?
To go back, let's go back to the past. When we played LSU in 2015 at LSU, you couldn't tell from TV, but it was raining like no other.
Oh, yeah.
And the times that we scored early on is when it stopped raining for a moment. So, yes, the rain plays a big part.
Especially with Zappy being a Texas guy. These aren't his conditions.
No.
We wish we were there right now, but that's okay.
All right, Lexi, what do you think of this one?
I think WKU will win, obviously. I think it'll be 41-24, high-scoring game.
I like the 24 for Charlotte. I'm in on that one. My biggest reason in this game, WKU, we got the defensive guy here in G-Money. I got to give a shout-out to the defense. First 5 games, WKU gave up 38 points per game. Not great. G-Money, you know that.
Yeah.
You know the numbers. Last 2 games, they've given up 39 combined. The defense has stepped it up. I mentioned it earlier, 16 tackles for loss the last 2 games, 12 sacks. Those are monster numbers.
Yes.
Those are G-Money numbers and stepping up and making big plays. Jared Stearns is 17 catches short of 100 this season.
That guy's amazing.
This is only
Zappy
game number
together,
8
unstoppable.
of the year. He needs 17 more. He's done that once. He did it at Michigan State. That tied Lucky Jackson's record for a single game. I think he gets it again tonight. If not, gets another one to break the record. I think in game 8 of the season, Jared Stearns gets to 100 catches, and I've got WKU 52-24 tonight.
You think they're going to score more than my prediction?
I do, but I am with G-Money. I am very heavily banking on the rain taking a bit of a back seat because I'm with you. Not only have we not seen Bailey Zappi in those late-game drives, we haven't really seen him play in the rain. The only time there was a little bit of rain was up at Michigan State, and we really struggled to start that ball game. So I think you bring up a really good point there.
It's tough. It is tough in the rain.
Now, does it help a defense, though? Well, because you think of it slowing a passing offense, but is it more of just the offense losing something or the defense actually gaining an advantage?
You understand that there's more volatility for an offense when it's raining, so you have a chance to create more turnovers.
That's some good. Jared Holland might be getting a run for his money.
I know. Now we're going to have
analysis.
a new analysis.
I'm coming for you, Jared.
G-Money, really appreciate you taking the time to come on, man. You've been doing such great stuff outside of football as well, and love seeing any of our alums that continue to stay involved with WKU football,
Staying
WKU
in Bowling
athletics.
Green, too. I know you still stay in Bowling Green, which is awesome.
Living it up, working his butt off. G-Money, thanks for coming on. Try to stay out of the weather and enjoy this one as much as you can, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Homecoming here on the Hill. Still time to make it out. Kickoff at 3 o'clock. WKU taking on Charlotte. Big Conference USA matchup. CUSA East Division implications. WKU could jump up into first solely with a win here today. Lexi Schweinert, Tyler Eaton. Big thanks to all of our guests, including our special guest picker, G-Money Brown. Stick around. The broadcast starts in seconds here on ESPN Radio 102.7.
Thanks for joining us on this week's Topper Tailgate. WKU's Topper Tailgate on ESPN 102.7 and ESPN1027.com, live from Western Kentucky University, has been brought to you by Dr. Pepper, Don Franklin Glasgow, U.S. Army, Southern States Bowling Green, United Rentals of Bowling Green, and Coca-Cola. Topper Tailgate is a sports production of Commonwealth Broadcasting. Join us for Topper Tailgate before home WKU football games this season on ESPN 102.7 and ESPN 102.